Now I've been in New York.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. It's opening week in the NFL, and today we have two teams are more than ready to get the season underway. It's the Raiders going up against the Broncos. With that, let's call in our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis, with this opening week matchup.
All right, Larry, we are a couple miles west of the Colorado State Capitol building as we come to you from Sports Authority Field at Mile High here in downtown Denver. Tonight, we wrap a busy first week of the season with a second of two on a Monday night between the Oakland Raiders and the Denver Broncos. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And some room to roam now. And his first carry, he loses the football. And the Raiders pick it up. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
As you and I both know, one reason teams script plays to start a game is so they can practice them ahead of time. I will guarantee you that fumble was not in the script.
You don't think they had fumble written next to play one there?
No, that was never in the script because they want to have good memories when they go into a ball game, not something that could have gone wrong.
And the big boys up front in the trenches, what do you think of the O-line, Charles?
I love them because this is a group that's so cohesive. They know what the man next to them is going to do at all times, and they operate as a terrific unit.
They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third. They tried to run the counter, just that the defense wasn't fooled.
And when they're not fooled, you see the end result. Because what you're doing there, you mentioned the counter. You're using your offensive linemen sometimes to pull or move, to influence the defensive front, to go in that direction and create the space back in the other side and block it appropriately. But you're exactly right. Didn't move him. Sat there waiting for him and made the play.
Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary. And I think you're exactly right. It wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
No gain, and it's second down. And a look now at how the Broncos line up defensively.
When Shaq Thompson declared for the draft, I said he should be a running back in the NFL. He said no way, he'd rather hit people as a linebacker.
Fighting him off.
Just ran right through the trash.
And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Calling a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's third and goal. Now they've gotten it to the 4 on this opening drive, but now they face a third and goal.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed.
And that was a nice play. He knocked it away, but obviously you want the interception in this situation. You want to take away any chance that they have any decision to make on fourth down, but things happen so quickly in the end zone in this compressed area of the field that you're just happy to knock it away and not allow a touchdown.
And they'll run it here. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. A great effort there. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Raiders have taken the early lead. And that makes it 7-zip Oakland. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Watch it now. Here we go now. Boom, landed. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll look to throw here. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Their dangerous wide receiver, 72 yards. And the Broncos are an extra point away from tying the football game. And it's no good. He misses the extra point, and this remains a 7-6 game. So we're back to a one-point game now as the kickoff comes. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for. And taken. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
And no press coverage here. They are backing off in the secondary. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
And he's got some space here. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. Ready to go now in the second quarter. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. It's the Raiders in possession of the football. They're looking at a 2nd and short yardage to start things out. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he gets it down to the 32. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
Gonna give this time to the tailback. Oh, he bowls over him. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
That's another nice run, and I have to tell you, some of the coaches that I played for, their philosophies were always different when they see a guy running the ball well. Some of them wanted to immediately go to play action and throw it now because it's wide open. While other coaches said, you know something? Until they stop him, that big boy's going to keep getting the football. And that might be the direction that they're going to go right now.
And on the ground they go with the running back. And able to fight forward inside the 15 to the 13. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is going to lose yardage here. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down. And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. They come out here in the eye. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10. The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal.
Well, partner, they might want to tear up their scouting reports a little bit here because they just broke tendency. 3rd down, you don't ordinarily see a toss. They ran it, and they ran it really well and picked up a 1st down. I love the way the edges were sealed, which allowed him to get to the corner. You got to be ready for anything when you play defense against this head coach. That is not something you'd expect to see here in the red zone, but it winds up getting him a few yards.
So 2nd and goal here from the 9. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. A nice run there as he picks up 6. It's going to be 3rd and goal now. Well, they've got it down to the 3, but now this is 3rd and goal.
When you look at the geography we're staring at, this part of the field, don't you always think of big backs carrying the football, bruisers trying to pound it in? Instead, look at a little more of a scat back type, and he's trying to make it happen.
Yeah, they went with the elusive, slippery guy. Couldn't get in there, though. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Back to Denver right after this. And no hesitation about this decision here. Confidently, they're going to go for this. 4th and goal from the 3. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he is going to lose yardage here. They stop him on 4th and goal at the 3. And the Bronco defense comes up big. The Broncos offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. And they're hoping to capture some of that magic they had last time out when they were able to put together a scoring drive. But they're still down here, Charles.
Not the major concern, though, because of what you talked about. They scored the last time out. They feel good about themselves. They feel like their game plan is now in effect. They know how to attack and what plays they want to put together. But they've got to keep it moving in the right direction because, as you did note, they are down on the scoreboard.
And they're going to speed things up here. And he'll give it here to his running back. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
He'll look to throw. He sets to fire deep. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd.
Fans do love the long ball, don't they? And he already found his guy once. Tried to give him another chance there, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Couldn't. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Three yards left to grab here on 3rd down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Going right side here, and that's complete. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. Shift together here from the D-line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. An encroachment penalty here, maybe just a mental lapse, partner.
Sometimes you have to just watch the football. Make sure it's snapped before you're jumping.
They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Now whistles and the Raiders are going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And they'll be... Now the Raiders are going to use another timeout here. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Khalil Mack's starting to get a really big-time reputation as a pass rusher, and rightly so. So explosive off the edge getting to the quarterback. But he doesn't neglect his run duties as well. How about that tackle right there? Such a package he has. Able to play the run and the pass so well.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Black 99 Philly. Here we go.
Now back to throw. And this is incomplete. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And the Raider D, they get the football back. And now here come the Raiders. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead. But a mistake there, that could change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
Now he'll let it go deep right side. So they took a shot on first down, but couldn't connect.
Well, partner, I guess that answers the question about whether they're going to sit on it or not.
It does. Now we'll see if they try that again.
Yeah, I think what we find on plays like that, when you take that shot, if you're unsuccessful, then you go way more conservative to finish the half, you know? I think that's the way they'll go.
And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock. Finding time. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. It's a pickup of 33 yards. And the Raiders are going to have a first down.
So what's the old expression that quarterbacks like to use when they decide to throw the football? I'm looking for either a touchdown or a check down. And he took the check down on that play, and it worked almost to perfection.
They'll throw now on the final play. He's got time. Trying to lay one up deep. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And he will be brought down as time has now run out on this first half of action. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. And to no one's surprise here in Denver, that'll carry through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. Looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they recover?
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence going. Don't worry about the other part. You can't get that back. Let's go back to what you were doing well before.
I thought you were going to say they need to have no memory, but remember the good part, forget the bad.
I like that even better.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. He'll pick up only a yard there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 7.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Here's Marquette King now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And how about this, a fake? And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you've got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board, so let's see if it changes a little bit.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Their big-bodied receiver, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Broncos have taken the lead. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that one. And he's going to go down. Can't get rid of it, so a sack on the 2-point try. So now they'll try it again as they line up to go for 2. They'll try the sneak. And he is going to be stopped short of the goal line. Oh, they'll mark him inside the 1. He just couldn't keep churning those extra few inches. And the 2-point attempt is turned aside. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
Whenever we meet with coaches and they always talk about wanting to establish running the football, it's oftentimes with a good tight end who can control the line of scrimmage and the point of attack, and they're becoming harder to find because the colleges are giving us a whole lot of receiving tight ends, former wide receivers who can run, not necessarily block very well. In this case, though, we saw two tight ends on the field, both of them with the ability to block, and he ran the ball successfully behind that power set.
And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
And some changes here as the D-line separates some. And an alley to run. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. It's a pickup of 19. Good enough for an Oakland first down. So the run moves the chains, and here we go on first down.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
And he's going to get this one down to the 30. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on the play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
They come out here in the eye. And they give this time to the tailback. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up fourth down.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. First-level defensive line, second-level linebackers, third-level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a first-level run, and it was stopped by a second-level player.
To the sideline, and he's got it. They say the feet are down. Yes, the line judge says... They're in. That'll be a first down. So they're operating in the red zone. Back now at the home of the champs, Sports Authority Field in Denver. It's Raider football here, but they're on the short side of the scoreboard right now as we begin the fourth. And the 8th play on this drive coming up. And they'll go on the ground. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
And they'll go with the ground attack here. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down. Well, just play after play after play on this long drive for the offense. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6.
On third down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
Now a handoff as they run left side. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
Well, the spotlight hit him once already tonight as he got into the end zone. He was trying to make it a double spotlight, wasn't he?
But credit the defense, bottling him up, not letting him get in for the second score there. 2nd down, the ball on the 2 here, 2nd and goal. And he's over the line and in for a Raider touchdown. A great play there. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Raiders have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter. Now Cook. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. It's Shaq Thompson here with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And the mile-high air in full effect as that's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And Denver getting set to take the field. Last time they were out, they scored. Still trailing here, though, so some work to do.
But it's okay in terms of mindset. Because they scored the last time, they're not quite as worried about being down on the scoreboard because now their confidence is a little bit higher. They feel like they got something going, and they feel like they can attack again and put more points on the board.
Are you scoreboard watching if you're the offense, or are you just focused on this drive?
We wouldn't be telling the truth if we said that they didn't scoreboard watch. Everyone does it to some extent, but you've got to set it aside right now and just focus on this series. That'll take care of the scoreboard if they punch it into the end zone.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. Defense has set themselves up nicely. 3rd and 10 now. On play action, they'll throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And the Raiders with the football now in excellent field position. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it from the interior.
And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. A great effort there with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And the Raiders add 6 to their lead. He keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now. No question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he does the football. Yeah, what a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns, it's got him in the lead. So the Broncos coming out now. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave him great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. From the left side, it's complete. A very solid gain of 27. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Looking left side, and it's complete. A nice gain of 21 yards. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him. And he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
So this offense really needs to make something happen here late in the fourth with the football.
All right, now, look at 56. Look at 56.
He'll try again with the arm here on second. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third. Looks like the defense in press coverage here.
And the Broncos go to a nickel set on third down.
Yeah, they've got an extra DB out there. And he will lose yard. Now the Broncos are going to take a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
But that certainly felt like an example of a defense just saying, okay, we've had enough. We've gotten mashed all night long. About time we got a good play in. But flip it over to the offensive side. They've got to be really upset that they allowed a play like that to happen. They were pitching such a great game, they want to keep it going.
The Raiders try it on 4th down, but to no avail. And defensively, that might just seal a Week 1 victory. Now this Broncos offensive unit ready to head back out onto the field. And in enemy territory last time through the interception. We'll see what they do on this drive.
Can't wait to see how it alters what they decide to do.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
And the hit jarred loose. It's incomplete.
After all the preparation, all the practice, a play like that will absolutely break your heart. They had everything they wanted, just unable to complete it. In the end zone, a big-time drop.
And the offense looking to pick up the first down after the second down incompletion.
No, check, Patriot.
They'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Now let's go.
He's back to throw. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Raiders are going to win the football game. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. They have the lead, still a one-possession game, but the defense got to stop. They've got the football now, just salted away, right?
Exactly. That's all the defense is counting on from their offense. They did their job in a big way. You know they're over on the sidelines now starting to take their tape off, and, hey, we've done this thing. The offense has to put it away, and that means ball security.
Absolutely. Stranger things have happened. And now here's a carry heading left. And some room to maneuver. And they'll get 19 yards there. And it'll give the Raiders a first down.
Most players will tell you that night games, while they can be fun, they're really hard to prepare for because you wake up on game day and all you want to do is get to the stadium and let's get going. But you got to bank that fire a little.
And now the Broncos will burn another timeout here. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game.
Now hang on here. Timeout called by the defense. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. And they'll run it here. Partner, this first week, this first game that we get to call together, so special every year, week one. You had the flyover, the big American flag out there before the game, all the hoopla, just having football back, so special.
It is an opening day, opening game. There's just nothing like it because you really build to a crescendo. But the best part for us is that crescendo lasts for a while. Opening game here, an entire season. We get into the playoffs, to the Super Bowl. I was really excited. I could barely sleep last night. I can't imagine being a player.
So for the Raiders, it'll be a happy trip home as they start the season with a road victory here on a Monday night.